Okay. What are we talking about? CYAN 2024. Okay? No, but this time, guys, no, but this time, as women especially, what happened to CYAN is literally one of my biggest fears. Like, it is literally one of my biggest fears. And for it to happen to her in public, oh, I would faint 66.8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16 times. Okay? Yo. Ngiyanamukela kwinqubo yami bomtaba katayati bomtaba kagogo bomtaba ka-auntie bomtaba kasisi. I am Sims and it's at the right Sims on Instagram, so please follow your sister. So guys, what happened to CYAN is a tragedy to me, okay? She is currently trending because she was on stage dancing, and next thing, okay, so as you can see, she's dancing and then something falls out of her birth equipment, and people were having a field day on it. They were talking about CYAN's bad hygiene. They were talking about her birth equipment. Uguti, has it been stretched that much? Uguti, it can't even hold on to a tampon. Really? Let's just backtrack a bit. Number one, as girls, we know that we put tampons, we have panty liner, we have pads. Number two, those things can be very uncomfortable, ne? And then number three, because Tina, we are fashionistas, we are what? We don't like the idea of wearing a panty, especially when it shows those panty lines, you know? And then sometimes you just want to have some air in your birth equipment and you don't want to wear even underwear, even though that is very much not practical. So I think what happened to CYAN is that it's either that was a panty liner or a tissue, you know, because sometimes, guys, I've seen a tissue situation. I've seen a couple of people buy expensive tissue, right? And I think a tissue is like the a bit unsanitary. You know why? Because those pieces as a tissue obviously will get stuck in your birth equipment. So if that was not a panty liner, I think it was a tissue, right? So obviously, if I get it, right? Because we are girls, guys. It's 2024. Let's just have these conversations, okay? We are girls. This equipment, you can see it's hidden up there. Ne? Sipuma ama discharge, siyachuluka, and now and then I will go to the if like I'm not wearing any underwear, I'll keep wanting to go to the bathroom, like you know, use baby wipes just to still have that fresh feeling, you know. So I think also I did not have any underwear on while having a panty liner, or I don't know, right? And then she was on stage dancing. Then lo and behold, it fell out, obviously, because when you're dancing, you're gyrating, you are moving your body, must obviously, pew, it's not going to be stable anymore. So unfortunately for her, it happened in public, on stage, in front of people. And we know that you are CYAN, you are Sissy CYAN, and people are always waiting for you to do one or two or three things, you know, for you to trend, you know. So unfortunately for CYAN, she's training because of it, and now people have come to all sorts of insane conclusions. And one thing that just bothers me more than anything is that sometimes as girls, like we are girls, we are the ones that spread these things the most. We are the ones that have the most to say about other girls. We have the craziest things to say, as if like you've never had a scary situation regarding like your feminine areas, like regarding your birth equipment. How many of us have like had a pad on, a panty on, and still maybe you're on your monthlies, right? And it happens in front of people. Sometimes you're sleeping iyangena kushiti, you know. How many times have you ever had any like a panty liner on or something on without underwear, and your biggest thing is like, may this thing not fall, may this thing not fall. Manje ke, because yours has never been captured on camera or it has never happened to you yet, you've got all sorts of things to say. Sometimes as women, like honestly, I wish we could do better. Especially Tina, like Isbatal. Especially Tina, Isbatal. Sometimes let's just like try and do better, because some of these things that happen, they can literally happen to any one of us. Any one of us. Uzothi uyahamba lapha uyashake. Ithi po. Vo. Next thing they're gonna tell you, imagine a guy, James, a guy telling you, Oguti, your birth equipment is that loose. Juan, our mothers are in, they have 5, 6 kids. And this thing goes back. So you're gonna tell me, if 1 or 2 or 3, 9, 15 verses. 15 verses can make my thing loose. Sir, CYAN, it's happening to you again, babe. And this time for the most like random thing, because I don't think it was your plan for your whatever it was, your panty liner, your whatever that was in there. And I don't think it's something insidious. I don't think it's something like insane, you know. I just think you didn't have any underwear on. You happen to be dancing, and then boom, next thing this happens to you. And moving forward, I hope when we practice kindness to you, you will also be able to practice kindness to other girls, especially like with that whole situation, you know. I hope now, as you move forward, you will be able to practice some kindness to other girls. You'll be able to like, especially women, like, you know, it's so horrible that we are so quick to turn against each other, leaving this gap for what is happening right now, where men come to all sorts of conclusions, especially about our feminine areas, as if they also have it. Just because you eat it don't mean you can make it. Just because you eat it doesn't mean you know all the 75 ingredients to it. Huh? Just because we are again and you've seen a couple of different ones and you came out of one, you think you know a thing or 2 or 6 about it? Sir, focus on that verse. Focus on that verse. Because there are so many things we can say in our verse. Maria Satul, futabanye benanawo nama verse ke. Inama viana. Awala paga mamtsuko. Maka siyathula.